Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. What a day is planned for you all day. But let's just focus on this first hour right here out of the gate because Christina checked in from Lombard and said, so I heard something about 21 Pilots. You did. You did. So today is the Q101 Golden Ticket Blitz Thursday. So we have the Golden Ticket, obviously, on the bottom of the hour every hour, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30. But today's qualifying prize for being a part of a chance at the Golden Ticket, the greatest radio contest prize in history, which is everything Q101 does for an entire year, you will have access to. You'll get concert tickets, lounges, Lollapalooza. It's Riot Fest to Riot Fest, which, by the way, we'll have some huge Riot Fest news to go over at 6:40 this morning in this first hour, too. Mm-hmm. But at 6:30, that's your qualifying prize, 21 Pilots tickets for...
Not too shabby, okay?
Not at all. And that'll be every hour. So the qualifying prize is every hour today, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. And when you're qualified for the Golden Ticket, for that huge prize, you'll also win 21 Pilots tickets.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good time as, all together.
It's historic. It's in the history of radio. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to do that today.
It sounded more comic book guy than anything else.
I was going to say you sounded very Simpsons-y.
Yeah, I don't know what I lost my impersonation there. Yeah, like it was here.
Can you do it?
Let me try one more time. I can't do it. I think I'm going to comic book guy. I've lost it. Let me tell you something that's really huge. It's amazingly big. It's bigly. It's unbelievable.
It just sounds like you're stuffed up.
No, yeah, it just sosounds like your voice.
I can't
what
do
happened?
it. I don't know. It's too early.
This is the time. It's election year. Now all of a sudden you can't do Trump. You were just becoming useful.
I know. Now I'm useless.
Can you do Clinton? You can do Bill.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, the Lewinsky woman.
Mm-hmm. But because you didn't have sexual relations with her, where are you going to go? What concert tickets are you going to win today?
You're going to get the 21 Pilots tickets. I love those boys. They're great.
All right, we're back in, baby.
Well,
I want to put him in one of the debates just for fun. Bring what I
Bill
mean?
Clinton
I want him to just get questioned a little more.
all of a sudden, a random question goes to him about Monica Lewinsky.
He's like in the crowd, and they're like, Bill. He's like, whoa.
Easy. So just a reminder, put that in your phone every hour, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, bottom of the hour for the Q101 Golden Ticket Blitz Thursday for you today.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So 10 minutes away from the Q101 Golden Ticket Blitz, 21 Pilots tickets. You can win those starting at 6:30. We usually don't start Ticket Blitz Thursday till later. Well, this is a part of the Golden Ticket. So you will have a chance at the 21 Pilots tickets for that show at the United Center Tuesday, October 1st. There's 2 shows, actually, and then qualify for the Golden Ticket, which is everything we do for an entire year. You will win free tickets. It's incredible. It's coming up here in about 10 minutes. So stay right here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Also at 6:40, we'll discuss the Riot Fest news that broke last night, and we'll get to that as well. But first, a fact that makes your brain go. Now, as far as I can tell right now, there's 4 generations. I'm not sure if there's 5. So we have Gen Z, we have Millennials, we have Gen Xers, and we have Boomers.
Okay.
I'm not sure, is it Gen Alpha before Gen Z? Like if you're in high school, or no, if you're
I think it's after. Like the youngest is Gen Alpha, no?
Correct. Like I think Harper and Marino are Gen Alpha.
Are they?
I think so.
Look at our little kids in the same generation. Oh my gosh.
I wonder who they're going to hate. They're going to hate the Gen Zers. Because it's always the generation that's after that hates the one before, right?
Well, I can't wait till our kids are so old. They're like, nobody wants to work these days.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
So I have some bad news for one of the generations. You are deteriorating on the inside. So everything about your insides are falling apart.
Interesting.
I have my fingers crossed, hoping it's cases and not ours.
Well,
Is that bad?
you're on the border. You're like a millennial or a Gen Z.
I think a millennial by but I'm like 1 year away from Gen Z.
By a week.
I mean, literally. Case has told me, Case.
You're a millennial, but you don't act like a normal millennial. You're not doing Instagram boomerangs or things like that.
No, I grew up more Gen Z, like, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I did a pizza boomerang the other day, and I'm a Gen Xer.
Yeah, but...
Well, you're just catching on. He goes, have you heard of boomerangs?
Yeah.
Like, I know.
Also, and I say this as such a compliment, but your wife is the walking definition of a millennial.
My wife?
Yes, your wife.
I could see her
Not
getting
Kenzie's
a new
wife.
job. Yeah, not my wife.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She has a side piece wife.
Yeah, I could see your wife, and I mean it with all due respect, posting something that's like, if she got a new job, she'd be like, I did a thing.
Yep. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Sounds like you're ripping on my wife.
I'm not ripping on your wife.
It's not. It's just like how you define certain like categories, if that makes sense. Like somebody in that like age range would post something like this.
Yeah. See, everybody's hating. See, everybody's hating on your generations.
Okay,
Already it's happening.
We're not I did a thing people anymore.
That's right.
I mean, Gen Xers are the best anyway, my generation, because we built everything you guys all use.
Is that right?
100%. You wouldn't have an iPhone if it wasn't for us.
Your TV isn't even on the wall. Shut up. You can't install stuff.
I can't help it. The wall is incapable to hold my TV.
Yeah, it's the wall.
It's a crappy wall. It's not we did everything. Gen Xers, you guys, we were just sitting back making all this stuff.
But
and
were you guys slackers also? I don't understand. How are you guys slackers and responsible for all things good?
Well, because that's how good we were. We could kick it and make an iPhone. Like, we didn't have to work that hard, but
because your dad was pretty disappointed in your lack of work as a child.
Well, that's because he was a boomer, I guess.
And they didn't smile. Like, they had nothing.
No.
They never... Did they ever have happiness? Did your dad ever eat a piece of his own birthday cake? Because that's what I have a hard time thinking of. Could you imagine like singing happy birthday to Brian's dad and he's smiling and eats a piece of cake?
It doesn't sound like the Brian's dad that I know.
You know what's funny is I'm just going through my mental Rolodex of pictures. I don't have a picture of me eating cake.
With like a hat on? I don't think so.
With blowing a streamer thing. Like,
not a chance in hell. He was too busy at work.
okay, yeah, he was too busy kicking ass. All right, so one of the generations, we'll just stop it at Gen Z, or so we'll say Gen Z, millennials, Gen Xers, and boomers, whatever you fall into, one of you is falling apart on the inside.
Oh, boy.
So it's not good news for one of the generations. You got a 25% chance coming up here.
Different ones, so it's terrifying.
It's scary.
There's no... Somebody here is getting bad news.
Yup.
Somebody in this very room.
That's right. And it's coming up here in 6 minutes, we'll tell you.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Now is your chance to qualify for the golden ticket. Please don't text and drive. Standard message and data rates apply.
Q 101.
Here we go. It is hour one of Q101's Golden Ticket Blitz Thursday, every hour today. And for us, it'll be 6:30 right now, 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30. 21 Pilots tickets at the United Center on October 1st from our great partners, Live Nation. And also qualify for Q101's Golden Ticket, access to everything we do for an entire year. Sponsored by our great friends, Aurelio's Pizza. Celebrating 65 years of memories in every bite. Aurelio's Pizza, it's the sauce. It is the sauce.
Ew.
So, text the word HYPE. 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 Good 21 Pilots.
There you go. That makes sense.
HYPE. HYPE to 312-591-8300. Text that right now for your chance at all that. The 21 Pilots tickets and the Q101 Golden Ticket.
Which is a pretty big deal, that golden ticket. Pretty big stuff right there.
Pretty big.
Lots of shows.
All of them between Riot Fest and Riot Fest that Q101 does. So HYPE, HYPE. Text that right now to 312-591-8300. Let's get to this fact that makes your brain go. Because one of you might not be around for all this.
No,
Okay,
no.
that's a little deadly.
We got to get to it fast before one of us drops dead.
Well, listen, I listed the generations, and I didn't say the greatest generation, which is, I said there's Gen Zers, Millennials, Gen Xers, and Boomers. The greatest generation is after the Boomers, or older, I should say. And listen, they were the greatest, without question.
Well, I'd like to know why.
Because they saved the world.
From?
Hitler.
Oh, fair.
Honestly, checkmate.
I got to give it to him.
Suck on that.
All right.
Wow.
Asked and answered.
Can we move on now?
No, that checks out.
Yeah, the facts are
no
there.
argument for me.
So, but let's just focus on Gen Zers, millennials, Gen Xers, and boomers, who the age range for that, like Gen Z is 12 to 27 right now. Millennials are 28 to 43. As we said, Kenzie's on that border. You're 29, but I guess still, sometimes millennials they dance around that age range right there.
Well, you're close, so you're
Yes.
not. The thing is I was never surrounded by only millennials, so there's a lot of Gen Z in my life because of that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay.
Gen X is you're 44 years old to 59, and then boomers are, I guess, anywhere from 60 to 78. There's like a boomers too. I didn't understand that.
Electric Boogaloo?
They just call it another boo.
So one of you guys are falling apart on the inside. It might not be who you think. You probably figure boomers right away.
I was hoping so.
It's not. It's not the boomers.
Damn it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
You're just rooting against our generation, so you're not falling
Well, yeah,
apart?
no, I don't want to be falling apart.
Yeah. I've often said boomers are heartless. It would make sense that they're falling apart on the inside.
So Case is definitely Gen Z.
Yes.
Kenzie is a millennial.
Okay.
And I'm a Gen Xer.
Yes.
So one of us is falling apart on the inside, and that person is...
Oh, no. Oh, it's going to be me. You're too happy about it. You're so happy about it. It's obviously me.
Nah, it's me.
Woo! So gonna
here-
live another day, baby.
So here's why. Scientists at Stanford University have tackled age-related changes in 135,000 types of molecules and microbes from hundreds of adults. They did this research to see what happens to molecules as you age. 44, bottom end of Gen X. That's the age where molecules start changing rapidly. They use that word, quote, rapidly. And they found this clustered around that age range of 44, where it offers, they're trying to find, ways to solve problems like cardiovascular disease. But this is what happens. At 44, your molecules drastically change related to cardiovascular disease, the metabolism of caffeine. So listen, us Gen Xers, we were drinking caffeine first before all y'all. So we were drinking that like, oh my God, this stuff's great.
That good caffeine.
We're gonna make this iPhone. I need to stay up another 12 hours. I need this caffeine.
Stronger, you mean?
Well, basically what it's saying is we probably overused caffeine and it's affecting your molecules. You're seeing that now by the time you're 44. By the time,
I'm overusing caffeine. I know it.
everybody listening's overusing caffeine.
I mean, you're not alone.
Yeah. So it's part of a metabolism issue that will happen with your molecules going forward, plus skin and muscle. Everything starts to degenerate of the molecules at 44.
So you fall apart at 44?
You start falling apart. Doesn't mean you're going to die.
The beginning of it.
It's the beginning of really a big molecular change inside your body at 44.
Now, what happens during the molecular change, like with your mood? Do you get a little bitchy, or just so I know?
I'm sure the molecules do. Maybe.
You're like, sorry, my molecules are shifting. I just am in a bad mood today.
I'm here, this like liver molecule going like, yeah, man, keep drinking, bro. Keep bringing. I love this Miller Lite. Keep going. Wait a minute. I feel weird. This is the molecules saying that. Holy crap, my arm just fell off.
The molecules are like, man, we used to be able to chug how many of these things? Now look at us.
Yeah. Bring on that Jaeger bomb. Let's go. Jaeger bombs, Jaeger bombs, Jaeger bombs. The molecules used to love Jaeger.
Yeah.
At 44, they don't anymore.
Yeah, they're like, that's enough.
That's why my molecules
some
are
water.
My molecules are not happy.
No.
We drank Jaeger with Wilderama at Lollapalooza.
Wildorado.
You're thinking of Fez from that 70s show.
Yep.
I think I did a Jaeger bomb with him too. So yeah, if you're 44, like let's say you're coming up on 44, let's say you're way younger than 44, let's say you're like me and just after 44, your body's gone through this change and it's you can't control it. We're already here. You can try to be healthier, I guess, but your molecules, man, when they change, they don't be coming back. You know?
I'm really excited that I have that to look forward to.
I'm not saying we should change anything. Just,
Well, I'm not going to. I can't survive without caffeine. It's too late.
Yeah.
They have to come up with something else. What kind of drug can I take that doesn't mess up my molecule? I feel like caffeine's already the mild thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Probably cocaine.
Probably.
You think that's better for my molecules?
I think so.
There's only one way to find out.
I know. Well, I'll try it.
And now we turn Kenzie into an experiment.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. If you missed the keyword at 6:30, we'll give it out again here after this information because yesterday certainly something happened with Riot Fest, and Riot Fest, the greatest music festival of all time anywhere in the world because what they do here in Chicago, not being a homer by saying that, but come on. The lineup that they bring in is not only A-level quality, but diverse and brings in a lineup that you would not expect. A lot of festivals around the country kind of had the same people on it. And I'm not saying that they're horrible festivals, but they just might book a band for like 17 festivals. But Riot Fest this year, when we talk about Friday, Fall Out Boy, The Offspring, Public Enemy and Cypress Hill, NoFX's Goodbye shows. Everybody looks forward in the country. For example, Slayer on Sunday. If you're a metalhead, like Slayer's not doing a tour. They chose Riot Fest to come back and do another goodbye, and that's it. People are coming from all over the world to see Slayer at Riot Fest on Sunday. Not to mention you've got on that Sunday show like, Rob Zombie, Lamb of God, Mastodon, but then even like jam bands like Dr. Dog and Suicidal Tendencies band that, I started in I wouldn't be in radio, I don't know if it wasn't for Suicidal Tendencies because of music love that they started for me. And then you got people like St. Vincent on Saturday and Manchester Orchestra and Bright Eyes, just so many different diverse bands. And a couple months back, we made an announcement with Riot Mike that it was moving out of Douglas Park because of a lot of the contentiousness with the city of Chicago. It's been going on for years, actually, and people just the fighting of trying to make things happen like you want. So they said they're going to move it to Bridgeview, to SeatGeek Stadium in the parking lot.
To offer the best experience, because initially the park wasn't allowing really cool things for, the attendees, basically.
Yeah, it was limiting what his vision was because he's a super creative guy, Riot Mike.
And wanted to make it the best experience.
Well, yesterday, statement drops here and causes some shockwaves through media and Chicagoland. And so we can read this for you now. Officially, the statement from Riot Fest and Riot Mike. Driven by the overwhelming support of the city of Chicago and our fans, we're excited to announce that we're coming back to Chicago and Douglas Park. So back to what they consider their home. And basically he says this: if there was no Chicago, there'd be no Riot Fest. As we continue to build a long-term partnership with the city of Chicago, we remain focused on our shared vision and stability and growth in the neighborhood we call home. Deeply appreciate support of the mayor, Alderwoman Scott, the Chicago Park District, the North Lawndale, and Little Village communities. We're not just coming home, we're coming back stronger with a greater purpose and doubling down on our commitment to Chicago, our fans, and our community. Riot Fest was born and bred here. It's where we belong in Chicago. So Q101.com has all the information about this. We're going to have Riot Mike on tomorrow, Friday, around 7:50 to talk more about it. And at 10 a.m. today, the daily lineups will be announced. So you know the bands and what day everything is. This is going to be the times and everything. So
yes, we're going to get the breakdown so you can start planning out your days at Riot Fest, which is how I am.
Yeah.
I like a little schedule. What I do is I go on my notes pad and I write everything down so I know where I'm supposed to be. And you know what I do with that? I screenshot it and I make it my background of my phone that day. So I don't have to keep opening it up. I can just look at my phone. I go, I'm supposed to be there at noon. I'm supposed to be there at 1. That's what I do. I schedule accordingly. Why are you looking at me like that?
The listeners out there have no idea what I have to deal with.
What?
With Kenzie telling me 6 weeks before Riot Fest, we're going to go here for lunch at 1:20, right? And then we're going to go see Public Enemy.
Yeah.
And then we're going to watch that. We're going to rock out. Then we're going to take a little break. We're going to take a 5-minute little respite in the grass. And then we're going to get over to see The Offspring. I go, Kenzie, it's 6 weeks away. I can't plan that far out.
No, it's fine. You don't have to. I did. You just have to follow me. You don't understand.
She's got Excel spreadsheets on several screens in here to set up.
I know. Listen, I'm not going to go and F around when there's 18 people that I need to see and the stages are everywhere. I also want to go on some rides. We have to map it out or we're going to miss things, okay? And that's why I create these lists. And I also have an idea of where I think Flava Flav will be in between sets.
Yep.
So we're going to have to go around a few areas because that's all I will tackle him to get a photo. I just want a picture with him and his clock. I just want to see it.
What you guys don't see is the PowerPoint that's set up here on the wall that's tracking Flava Flav's moves.
You don't understand because I know where he's getting dropped off and I know I have an idea of what his set time will be. So if I can figure out how he's walking to the stage, I'm going to monitor other people that day. We got to wiggle our way over there. Out of any single person, I have to beat Flava Flav. It has to happen.
All I want to do is pregame, get a buzz on, and walk in the park and check out the band.
Well,
We'll do that. We're going to get drinks. No, I have that. We're going to your drinks.
Your ideal Riot Fest scenario, Brian, is we blindfold you, we spin you around with your head down on the baseball bat, and then you walk dizzy through Douglas Park trying to find your way around.
That's completely
Don't
accurate.
even worry, because I already have the Riot Pop stand, which they have the alcohol one scheduled in. If you look at the PowerPoint, you're not even looking.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There, so we're gonna start at
You're
Riot
stressing
Pop.
me out.
We're gonna start there. I've already scheduled look how many alcohol breaks there are. Look at it. They're everywhere.
I know. I'm looking at during the break.
Okay.
I promise you can quiz me later on it. But listen, this is monstrous news. And again, Riot Mike will have a long more conversation about it. But coming back home, if you will, to Douglas Park and the city of Chicago, Riot Fest. And it certainly is wild. We get it. Like you say, it's one place and it's moving back to another. It's a wild situation, and you guys are making plans out there. So we understand. So thankfully, this is, I guess, roughly, what are we, 5 weeks away, 6 weeks roughly?
We're 6 weeks as of this week.
So have enough time to change your plans, unlike Kenzie, who's got to redo her PowerPoint and her Excel spreadsheets on everything.
I'm telling you, in the background of the phone, it's the best.
You have to redo it, okay? But the statement from Riot Fest and Riot Mike on the show tomorrow at 7:50. Now, promise we give you that keyword again that we gave out about 20 minutes ago. The Q101 Golden Ticket Blitz Thursday, sponsored by Aurelio's Pizza, 21 Pilots, United Center, and you'll qualify for Q101's Golden Ticket, everything we do for an entire year, including Riot Fest, because that's when the Golden Ticket starts at Riot Fest and ends at the Riot Fest 2025. Everything in between, okay? Text the word HYPE right now, HYPE, to 312-591-8300. Text HYPE to 312-591-8300 for your chance to win. Here's Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Oreo and Coca-Cola are collaborating on a chocolate soda with fizzy cookies. Also collaborating, diabetes and heart disease. Harry and Meghan's chief of staff quit after only 3 months. That tells us it must be a lot of work to work for people who never work. Ben Affleck turns 52 today. He won't be spending it with his significant other because Matt Damon's out of town. North Korea will reopen limited international tourism by the end of this year. Their new slogan, what happens in North Korea stays in North Korea. Or we block you from getting to the airport. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning, and Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.